Hi guys, how are we doing today? Welcome to Just on Tarot. Sorry, dying of thirst over here. Alright, you're probably going to hear thunder going on. We're in the middle of a thunderstorm, so we're going to see how it goes. I like thunderstorms. Definitely kind of cleansing out the energy as we move into the new moon. This is going to be your all signs new moon read. We're going to do Aries all the way down to Pisces. All right, just a look into what you need to know for the new moon. Make sure you remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, everything will be time-stamped in the description box. All right, that's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. I hope you're doing good, Aries. We're going to be doing Aries. What does Aries need to release at this moment? The Moon card. Right. So maybe some fears, some unknowns going into this new moon. What is it they're trying to grow? That seed that's been planted. Heartbreak. Three of Swords, maybe trying to get out of that Three of Swords energy. Push past some kind of heartbreak. Your advice is the Ace of Pentacles. I love that. Being able to start something new. We have the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Fool. We will take that. On the bottom. I feel like it's what you're trying to bring in is some new confidence and maybe some air of lightheartedness. You're definitely manifesting, I feel like, financial freedom, also manifesting some confidence. I really like that for you. I always take a pause because it takes me a minute to read the cards. Kind of get my thoughts and gather. I feel like it's telling you, like, the more you manifest and the more you focus on your own confidence, inner, outer, you know, your financial stability, that allows you to kind of break free of whatever energy this is and allows you to jump further into your own path. So we have the moon on the full moon card. New moon. Not full moon. New moon. This might not transpire until the full moon. Alright. We're going to pull a clarifier for the moon. Okay. You have the Six of Wands. Some kind of victory within yourself. Because the moon card's about your emotions. It's about your fears, whether or not you can keep pushing forward. And we have the Hierophant. With the Ace of Cups. I think the moon's telling us what you're releasing right now is that fear and the doubt. You want some kind of victory, and maybe you're moving into the higher learning portion of it. You know, learning yourself, learning how to move forward, how to embrace that fear. How does it work for you? And I feel like with that Ace of Cups, it's definitely something that you're allowing to happen. And the process may be a little rough, but you're definitely giving yourself some love. You're definitely open to it. Now, what you're building is that Three of Swords. I don't think you're building the heartbreak. I think you're working through that heartbreak. That's kind of like where you're headed with that. Is embracing that fear, working through this heartbreak, because you want some kind of happiness with that Sun card. Ace of Swords. You want to be clear, level-headed, open-minded with that Ace. And you want to be able to create. And it's all about nurturing yourself, allowing yourself to be you. With that Empress. So I feel like you're definitely right now kind of just focusing on or releasing the fear that's kind of held you from your victories. You know, I feel like you're getting some higher learning. You're allowing your heart to open up, especially if you've been trying to work through heartbreak, which I feel like that's what you're really trying to do right now. You're definitely focused on the brighter side of things. Definitely being a little more clear and concise with your actions and what you're wanting. And definitely starting to take care and nurture yourself. We have the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of aces. So definitely a lot of new energy, new things. We have the Lovers. We have the World. And we have the Nine of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. I feel like at this time you should take a very stubborn, I wouldn't say stubborn, a stance on taking care of yourself at the moment. Nurturing yourself, nurturing your ideas, nurturing your creative ability, just really taking care of yourself. You know, especially if you've been dealing with some kind of conflict and it's kind of like pulled you within yourself with a Hermit. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's maybe you putting your foot down and you're like, I need to take care of me right now. With the Ace of Pentacles being in your outcome, the Lovers, the World, and the Nine of Wands, I feel like this is you're focusing now on some kind of new beginning that you want to have, but you want something stable. Whether it comes in with love or whether it comes in with a person, a project, every situation is different. It's definitely that focus on, I want something new, I want something solid, and I'm not willing to repeat the same cycles that put me in a situation where I feel like I have to struggle type of energy. And I really like that for you guys. All right, we're going to use the Breakthrough is Coming Oracle deck. And I like it because it's got a key on the back. I don't know if you can see that or not. Well, we'll work on the lighting. But it's like the key to unlocking all of this. So, for the moon, we have bold moves only. For the Three of Swords, we have Speak Your Dreams Out Loud. And for this Ace of Pentacles over here, we'll take that. Permission granted. So I feel like with that Moon card, take those bold moves. One step at a time. Each step is a victory. And it's also a movement to your higher self and allowing you to open up more. With that Three of Swords energy, speak your dreams out loud. What is it you want? What's going to make you happy? Be clear about what you want and embrace it with that Empress. Allow it to come to you. All right, with that Ace of Pentacles, we have permission granted. It's like opening that door. You're coming through something, and now it's about allowing yourself to have it. You know, that new beginning somewhere, something solid, something abundant, something that's stable, and a partner or an idea, whatever that is for you, and changing that cycle to where you don't have to feel like you're trying to battle all the time. I wouldn't really say battle. Yes, I would say battle. I feel like he has been through hell and back. All right. That's what I have for you, beautiful Aries. I hope you enjoy the new moon. All right. I'm going to set my cards here. Get ready for Taurus. right, we are moving on to Taurus. All right, Taurus, I hope we're doing well. All right, what do we got going on over here for Taurus? All right. All right. What are we releasing for the new moon? You're releasing a lot. We'll take that. The Four of Pentacles. So maybe you're releasing that. I feel like maybe letting go of something. What are you growing right now? What is it you're focused on growing? One more. Queen of Swords. All right. And the Queen of Pentacles. I love that energy. Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands underneath. Right. So I feel like you're releasing maybe an attachment to something. Like you've been holding on to something so tight that you finally just have to let it go. Whatever that is for you, it's pretty big. This might be like a financial situation. This could be like an old relationship. And I feel like what you're bringing into your world is this Queen of Swords. It's that ability to be confident in your own actions, to be decisive, to be clear, and also learning how to set boundaries. Your outcome is that Queen of Pentacles. It's that creative spark into something. It's that nurturing, that very grounded, beautiful energy. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, sorry, Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands with the Ten of Wands on the back. Ooh, and the Tower. I feel like you're suddenly changing maybe the outlook of something that didn't work out. I feel like what you're putting work into is something that you're kind of sparks your attention. You got the Ten of Wands, but it's not like a harboring Ten of Wands. He's like gently working, kind of enjoying life type of energy. You know, it's still kind of a burden, still kind of hangs in there, but it's definitely something you're willing to put work on, especially if you're like driven or desired to work on it. All right. Let's see what's going on with this Four of Pentacles. This releasing the holding on too tight to something. All right. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles for Taurus. I don't know if I said Taurus in the beginning. Queen of Wands. Mini manifester right here. Got a lot of queen energy. The World. No. Ooh, Death. I like it. Ooh. The Moon and the Chariot. Cancerian energy. I like this. And the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. All right. I feel like what you're releasing is that Queen of Wands energy. It's like that spark of creation, that drive, the getting it done, knowing it, trusting it. I feel like it's good luck. You know, I think you're letting go of some kind of chapter in your life that didn't really sit well with you with this Death card. And you're starting to transform something in your life. I definitely like it. So I think the universe is telling you to move past the fear of the situation. Like, embrace the unknown with that Chariot and that Moon card. You drive the Chariot, you decide where you're going to go. And I feel like it's telling you to go into the unknown. You got the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. So definitely the spark creation of an idea. Something stable, solid. I think maybe you've been worried about finances and you're finally allowing yourself to kind of release the expectation of that with the Queen of Wands, kind of what will be, what will be. I'm kind of ending this chapter. I'm thinking about how to do something differently or transform something. And I'm starting to push past that fear mindset, that abundant loss mindset. So, all right. This Queen of Swords is that seed you're planting. I feel like this is also about like being confident, setting boundaries, being very decisive action. And there's that Moon card again. The Five of Swords. And what else do we have? Ooh, Six of Cups. The Hierophant. And the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is... It's like moving into higher enlightenment. The Knight of Cups with the Hierophant. It's like moving... Offering yourself up some higher enlightenment with that Hierophant. It could also be like maybe getting some kind of higher education. This could be, I feel like maybe an apology, but I feel like it's more about higher... I feel like it's more about higher education, getting yourself educated and allowing yourself to move with your emotions, learning how to understand them, how they work, how they benefit you, and kind of taking the deep dive into, okay, I know why this Moon card's here. How do I rise above it type of energy? And I feel like it's giving you some kind of confidence. You know, it might be a little rough around the edges, but I feel like it's definitely working out for your benefit. So take that how it resonates. With this Queen of Swords energy, it's definitely about being able to set boundaries. I think it's more about setting boundaries within yourself. It's kind of embracing the unknown. Because setting boundaries is easy. Keeping them is really hard. And it's definitely some kind of mental conflict in your head. It's battling back and forth. You know, especially if it's, I feel like with that Six of Cups, it's kind of like a triggering energy. But you're still giving it some love. You're still showing up. You're still doing it. It's hard. It's mentally complicated. It's small steps. You know, this also could be you setting a boundary with somebody from the past and being like, I don't want to walk this with you because there's too much conflict involved. Like, it gets me stuck in my head too much. Oh, I definitely like it for you. It's definitely kind of a slow processing energy. But we move from the 5 to the 6. It may be that mental into that emotional portion, but I definitely like it for you. All right, let's talk about this Queen of Pentacles and your outcome. The Page of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. Do I have anything else flying out? There you go. That's cool. In reverse. I don't like that, but we'll take it. All right, we have the Two of Wands and the King of Swords. I feel like this is telling you to pick a direction where you're going and when you do pick that direction, be very clear about how you're moving, what you're willing to give to, and what you're willing to be emotionally closed off to, especially if you've been dealing with any kind of heartbreak. For the rest of you, I feel like this is about you taking clear, decisive action in which direction you want to go in. And I feel like that's that Page of Pentacles, or that Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles energy. It's about knowing yourself, nurturing your ideas, being financially abundant, being solid, grounded, living life, loving life. Oh, and it's baby steps with that Page of Pentacles. It's moving in baby steps. It's slow, it's steady, it's progress. You know, you might have to go out to the world and kind of see what options it holds with that Three of Wands. You know, it's waiting for the world. The Three of Wands is normally waiting for your ships to come in, but it's also about seeking opportunities where they lie. And I think that's what it's telling you to do, is in order to get this Queen of Pentacles, you have to go out and you have to offer yourself up to new opportunities, but you're kind of not quite there yet with that Fool in reverse. So you're still kind of in this decision mode about where I'm going, what I'm doing, and you really just need to be that King of Swords and make that decisive action. All right. Let's see what advice we have from the Breakthrough deck. I tried to show Aries, but you can't see the key on it. There we go. So it's kind of like a key to unlock those doors. You know, the letting go and the releasing. The being able to set the boundaries and what you want, how you want to live your life. Be able to create that reality for yourself. All right, what do we have for this Four of Pentacles energy? What advice do we have for that? All right. What advice do we have for this Queen of Swords? Okay. What advice do we have for this Queen of Pentacles? All right. This Four of Pentacles. Let it be messy. Doesn't have to be clean. Sometimes the world's messy. Just let it be messy. Let go. Let go of any expectation, any doubt, any idea that has to be perfect. Just let it be. Let it be messy. And I feel like that's part of that too, is that the Queen of Wands doesn't care what it looks like. She's all about herself. Like, and it's a beautiful energy, you know? Break that cycle of that perfection portion of it and transform it. Let it be messy. All right, your Queen of Swords. This is your season. What are you building? What are you walking through? I feel like this is like some kind of, the more unknown you get, yeah, the more kind of mental it gets, the kind of anguish of it, but it's definitely a very positive breakthrough. And then the Page of Pentacles. Done is better than perfect. It's about getting something done, but it also ties into that, let it be messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you love it, that's all that really matters. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. All right. All right, moving on to Gemini. Geminis, how we doing today? I have to change your time. Oh well. All right, let's get a look into the new moon. Let's see what's going on. All right. Woo! Definitely an air sign. All right, let's try that again. All right. What are we releasing, Gemini? What are we releasing? Too much. Nope. Sorry. Seven of Swords. All right, what are we planting? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I ain't planning on taking reversals, but I guess we'll take them. Seven of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All right, what's the outcome? The Hermit. We have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Cups. I'll start under that. I feel like whatever conflict you've been going through, you're just kind of holding your own emotions to yourself, and you're definitely not looking at any opportunities that are swaying. Maybe you're focused on healing some kind of toxic toxicity between a relationship. I feel like right now you're avoiding something, or you're maybe letting go of some kind of betrayal that you had in your life, or you're definitely releasing some negative energy. You know, you're not willing to grow with the seeds, and that might just possibly you're not willing to grow with somebody. You're not willing to build with them. You know, maybe you're not feeling very confident right now, and you're just kind of sitting in your own energy with this Hermit here. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in reverse. Got Four of Pentacles, whatever that is. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and one more, please. All right, and the King of Pentacles. The Empress. I think you're trying to create your own victories. You know, maybe a win in a family situation, or at least a financial situation. But right now, I feel like you're kind of tired of planning. You're letting it go. I feel like you've been holding on to ideas for so long that haven't worked. Or it's like the thought of an idea, but not actually putting any action into it. And you're just kind of sitting on your throne, that King of Pentacles energy, like, I'm okay. I don't really feel like you're okay, but I'm okay type of energy. You're like, I can create victories. I can have it because I say so type of energy. It's kind of a weird energy. I don't like the fact that the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse, but I feel like this is kind of what you're releasing, so that might be okay. It's maybe been, you're tired of planning something. You're tired of being strategic of something that you've been holding on, maybe saving money, how you save money, and you're kind of out of options and ideas, and you're just kind of like, I'm just focused on this with that King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a really kind of grounded, determined energy, but with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like it's kind of like I give up, I just give up type of energy. Like, I'm over it, I'm done trying, this is what's going to happen. But then we have the Empress and the Six of Wands, which is like, I want to create some kind of victory and some kind of home life, but I'm not really willing to nurture that. All right, let's get into this. All right, tell me about this Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. All right, tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. All right, and we shall take it. I feel like you're not willing to nurture kind of making a decision. This might be about somebody from the past. This could be a past love, past relationship, something that you're kind of just, I don't know where to go. I've held on to it for so long. I don't have any other options. And I'm kind of just feeling a little stuck at the moment. You know, I'm tired of nurturing this. I want to move somewhere else, but I don't know how to get there with that Six of Cups. You know, how do I show up with that love offer? Because I'm so blinded by indecision right now. I'm stuck in my head and I'm trying to patiently balance out a situation, but I can't. I'm definitely taking a pause on something, and that's my own happiness. But you got the Ten of Swords under there, so something clearly has to end to even get there. You're definitely in your head about something. I don't feel like you're feeling super confident right now, but I mostly feel like you're not willing to nurture a situation at this time because you're stuck in which direction you want to go. You got the Two of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Swords. It's like I want to move away, but I keep giving my love to somebody or something, and it's keeping me undecided and very stuck in my head. And the more I'm patient with it, the more it's like on pause kind of mode. All right, let's check out this Hermit. Right. What do we got going on for this Hermit? We have the Seven of Cups. All right. Tell me about, there we go. So the Eight of Pentacles landed on this Queen of Pentacles and this energy sideways. So I feel like this is kind of a direction on where you want to build or what you're willing to put your work and effort into. So take that how it resonates. I'm going to leave it where it lays though. The Hermit, I think you're taking a pause, a break to look inside, kind of focus on maybe putting your emotions back into check with the Seven of Cups. Or maybe just kind of figuring out where all of your emotions lie and starting to really work on your own confidence, your own financial stability, you know. And I feel like with the Empress here, you're just kind of allowing things to kind of play out how they're supposed to. And it's kind of a nurturing energy. I think you're taking that time out to really just look and see what's going on, and looking at all of the emotional up and downs, in and outs that you're going through. to kind of bring your confidence back into check. And it's something that you're definitely nurturing within yourself. So I think this is more about yourself and more about what you're not willing to do. We have the Five of Cups and the Hierophant with the Four of Wands. This might be with some kind of relationship. It is the Marriage card. It might not be a marriage. It might be a marriage. That's up for you to decide. The Hermit was underneath that also. So the Hermit showing up twice. But I think this is like, if you're feeling kind of stuck in a situation, this is you getting some higher enlightenment, some guidance. Maybe you're seeking a church, a pastor, spiritual guidance, some kind of way to kind of work through the emotions that you have going on, especially if it's dealing with something that made you, like if it was a family situation or home situation, but it's also a celebration type of situation. So it could have been like, maybe you've gone through some kind of breakup and your home life's changing and it's kind of got you in this stuck energy, and kind of like a pausing moment. It's like getting some kind of help through that. And I feel like the outcome is telling you to like take some time within. You might be looking at options, maybe counseling, therapy to work on your own confidence. And I feel like you're embracing that with the Empress. I don't know. I feel like that was kind of a heavy read. All right. We're going to get some advice from the breakthrough. It's kind of like the key to unlocking the energies. So tell me about the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Small wins matter. It's about taking those baby steps. All right, tell me about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Progress is not perfection. All right, tell me about the Hermit. Tell me about the Hermit. Your fire is sacred. Be the first to believe. So believe in yourself. So we have small wins matter. I think that's about taking the small steps into working through any kind of like past deception, or if you feel like it's not working, remember baby steps. It's the small wins. Take the small wins. Okay, with your Queen of Pentacles, progress is not perfection. Okay, you don't have to be perfect in every move that you make, but as long as you're still making progress, that's all that really matters. And with the Hermit, your fire is sacred. That's your inner light. That's who you are, who you want to be, who you choose to be, and that is sacred. So honor it. All right, Geminis, that's what I have for you. All right, we are moving on to Cancer. All right, we are moving on to the beautiful Cancers. Hi, Cancers. How are we doing today? All right. I hope the Cancerians are having a great day. It's definitely stormy over here. All right. Let's see what's going on for the Cancerians. All right. What is it they're letting go, releasing? All right. And the outcome. I think all the Cancers want to talk today. All right. It's 2. All right. We will take it. I think what we're releasing is the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. That's kind of like the, I want to pick a direction, but I don't know what direction. So I'm kind of just laying it down and moving forward type of energy. And that's what you're releasing right now, is that indecision moment and just kind of embracing it. All right. What you're planting is that 5 of Swords. Might be that inner conflict, kind of mentally going in and out of your head. But in this 5 of Swords, like, he's got that arrow notched. I think he's ready to take some aim. In your outcome, we have the Page of Wands with the Hierophant. It's about, I feel like this is about whatever direction you're choosing to go in, or whatever that spark of idea that you're about to plant. You're having faith in whatever that is. You have the Knight of Swords with the Justice. I feel like you're moving forward no matter what. It's just pushing through. The Knight of Swords, it's like a quick, fast movement, but you're definitely moving towards what you feel justified to do. You're definitely pouring some love into it with this Knight of Cups, and it's kind of like that game of chess. You know, maybe looking at new moves where you can go, what ideas you can create. You know, you got the 10 of Pentacles on there. Definitely focused on the long game. All right, let's get a look at this 2 of Wands and the 6 of Swords that you're releasing. I feel like this is just kind of releasing indecision, releasing the I think it's releasing the journey, honestly. It's like picking up that wand and moving forward. We have that Page of Swords with the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant again, which is also in your outcome. So I feel like this is you definitely releasing some kind of indecision to allow yourself to move forward. You know, you have a some kind of creative idea. It's also getting, like, researching, studying, but definitely has a lot to do with the mind right now. And it's something you want to offer to. And whatever this Hierophant is for you, whether it's, I feel like it's also a higher learning, it's also faith. You know, allowing yourself to show up. I definitely like it. You have the Moon and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you're definitely in your energy. You're kind of allowing yourself to flow with the tides. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but it's like flowing through your emotions. I don't feel like you're really afraid of the unknown. You're just going to push through with that King of Pentacles. I feel like that Moon card to you is a very grounding energy. It's like the fears are there, the unknown's there, but I've made the decision to keep going. You know, I might be allowing myself to put my ideas, it's like putting pen to paper type of energy. I love the way it's moving, and I'm going to continue to hold that with that Hierophant, that keep that faith. You know, and I feel like it's a transforming energy about how you work, how you connect, how you show up. And I really like it. You got the Eight of Pentacles under that. And there's that Justice card. Once again, the more work, the more balance, the more it comes in for you. And I really love it. It's kind of a really nice letting go energy. It's like a real embracing. I'm just going to let go of the outcome, the expectations, the results, and I'm going to keep moving forward type of energy. All right, tell me about this Five of Swords energy. We have the Ace of Swords, the Strength, and the Nine of Swords. There's that Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, and you have the full card. The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, I think this is allowing yourself to be open to really create those ideas and those dreams that you want and how to get there. And you might be keeping it to yourself a little bit about what you're trying to build and what you're trying to create with that Ten of Pentacles. But with the Fool and the High Priestess, it's about trusting yourself enough to take whatever leap of faith you have. You know, whatever is divinely driving you to go in that direction. We have that new moon, or that moon again. And it's about embracing those fears with that King of Wands. Like, that's cool. I have these fears, but I'm driven. I'm going to keep going. I really kind of like that energy for you. With this Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, Strength, and the Nine of Swords, I don't feel like it's a bad energy. Honestly, I feel like just right now, I feel like it's kind of like a mental clarity. It's like, okay, I know I have this kind of mental back and forth portion to me, or I have, it's like being stuck in a, kind of a mental loop about something, but I see it with this Ace of Swords. I know I can overcome it. I know it's kind of anxiety ridden, but I'm going to keep going type of energy. It's like I'm working through it all. And I really like that. It's kind of like the epiphany moments of, I see that I'm conflicting with myself. I know it. I have the idea. It's switched on. I'm still going to focus on my inner strength, and then I'm going to work through whatever this mental conflict is, that anxiety. So maybe you're listening to things that help you focus with that anxiety, or you're just kind of push through it, and it's like the calm before, or the storm before the calm type of thing. All right, let's talk about this Page of Wands with a Hierophant. And your outcome. I really like your outcome. No. One more. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. All right, so the Nine of Wands landed on this, so I feel like that is definitely something you're working through, is this mental conflict and this anxiety. It's like, I know it's there. I see it. I'm aware of it. I'm allowing myself to have the strength to kind of work through it with this Nine of Wands energy. I definitely like that for you guys. All right, we have the Page of Wands, the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands. The Empress and the Ace of Wands on the back. I feel like whatever creative, it's a lot of new energy, like embracing your own path, going through your own journey, understanding it can be a little mentally conflicting, but being okay with it, being aware of it, knowing that you can work through it all to create some kind of new idea, a new spark. Maybe it's a spark for life. Maybe it's a new project. You know, it's your story. So however it resonates to you. And then we have that Page of Wands again. You know, having a drive to put that work in. You know, whatever that idea is something you're working on. You know, being creative. That Page of Cups. All right, Page of Wands and the Hierophant, clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands. I'm so thirsty. I should probably drink water. It'd probably be healthier for me, but I need my caffeine today. Page of Wands is about having that creative idea, that spark. This kind of rolls in with the Ace of Wands. It's like the seed and then the message that comes along with it. And you're just kind of having faith that whatever you're walking away from or whatever you're walking towards is, I feel like it's not so much as bearing in, but kind of aligns with who you choose to be, who you want to be. And it creates movement. You know, it's allowing you to move into a different space. So I definitely like it for you. I don't feel like it's super fast. Like the Eight of Wands is normally a super fast movement, but I feel like it's just movement in general. Feels more of like the Knight of Wands type of energy. But I definitely love it for you guys. Definitely allowing yourself to let go of any kind of decision to head in your own direction. Understanding that sometimes that comes with mental conflict. And it definitely comes with some kind of anxiety that you're working towards or that you're working through. And allowing you to go in a direction that you're choosing to go that kind of aligns with yourself. And this could be about you also getting out of your comfort zone too. All right, tell me about this Two of Wands with the Six of Swords. We have turn the page. All right, tell me about this Five of Swords. Ooh, that one fell. So give me a moment, guys. You're the author of your own story. All right, tell me about this Page of Wands and the Hierophant. One more, please. Thank you. Two more. I like that. All right. So you have small wins matter and fear means you're growing. And we did see a lot of that moon. Kind of your own energy, that ebb and flow of going through the emotions, the mental clarity, all of that. But I feel like with turning the pages, that's starting your journey. You know, you're turning into a new chapter. You're allowing yourself to write your own story. You know, and the small wins matter is always those baby steps that you take to get there. And even though it may be a little fearful, every time you embrace that fear, you continue to grow. All right, that's what I have for my beautiful Cancerians. Right, we are now moving on to the beautiful Leos. Leos, how are we doing today? Gonna smudge out some of that energy. All right. What do we got going on for our beautiful Leos for the new moon? Really, anytime you hear it. All right. My beautiful Leos. All right, what are we releasing going into this new moon? What are the Leos releasing? It's that perspective. The Hangman. What's the outcome? The Devil. Hell of an outcome. We have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. I feel like what we're releasing is the Hangman talks about perspective. It talks about introspection and seeing things differently. So I feel like maybe what we're releasing right now is the ability to focus in one direction on how we're going to build. You know, especially when it comes to having everything we want and being open to the possibilities of how to create that. We definitely have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups, which tells me that whatever it is we're trying to bring in, we're allowing some love to grow there. But with the Chariot, it's like, which direction are we headed? And I feel like we're releasing with this Hangman is just the general idea or the concept that everything has to be one way when you can move in multiple different directions. And I definitely love the Ten of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. It's maybe allowing something that you feel was fundamentally, I'm trying to think of how I want to say this, fundamentally stable in order to get something that you love a little bit more that might be a little bit more passionate for you, might put you in like a higher vibration and something you definitely love a little bit more. I don't know if I explained that quite right, but let's check it out. Because I feel like overall you're really just trying to get some kind of perspective on what to build, but you're definitely kind of stuck in your head a little bit. All right, tell me about this Hangman. Where's the Hangman and the releasing? The Lovers. The Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Empress. She coming out a lot lately. There's that Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. You know, you might be taking the time to work through some kind of family situation too. The Death, something needs to change or transform. And where are you willing to build with that Page of Pentacles? Like, what's willing to be offered to you in order to get there? To this Hangman, we have the Lovers, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Empress. I feel like this is letting go of that idea that everything kind of works in the, like, one way. It's like one-sided, kind of tunnel vision, you know, knowing that you have choices and you have options with the Lovers. I don't necessarily feel like this is about like new love prospects, but more as in a new, see how I can say this that makes sense. It's like you want to build this Ten of Pentacles energy. You want the happy home, the happy life, all the things, right? And you've been sitting in a pausing moment for so long that you're kind of letting it go and making some kind of decision. Sorry, that'd be my hubby. Making some kind of decision because you're tired of planning and strategizing and contemplating and all of this. You feel like everything's been kind of just a slow moving action, and you know, you want to start creating something. And I feel like it's in the home, what that is for you. So I feel like you're just releasing that pause. It's like hitting the play button. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but all right, tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Swords. I love this, new beginnings. We have the Star, and I don't know what that is, but give me a minute. And we have the Temperance. Oh, I like this. I feel like what you're focused on growing is that Ace of Pentacles. It's that new start, the new beginning. You know, it's the Cancer got this too. That Ace of Swords, the aha, the clarity on how to build. It's kind of like, you know, the wish fulfillment, but knowing that everything is starting to balance out type of energy. I definitely feel it's like growth. So you're getting out of your pause moments. You're pressing the play button. What your play button is you building something abundant for yourself. You knowing what clear, concise direction that you want to go in. And that's, I feel like it's a very healing and very balanced energy for you, for whatever that is for you. We have the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles again. I feel like it's a celebration to whatever you create, whatever that pentacle means to you. You know, it might put you in some kind of decision and it might be a little upsetting. You know, you might have a little regret towards something, but I feel like you have the Ace of Cups with that regret. I feel like you're pushing through that. You know, you're like, I know whatever this decision is going to cause me a little bit of pain, but I've kind of decided where I'm going to go. I might like have those, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember the word, but it's like pushing through that. But whatever you're trying to build, I feel like it's something to celebrate. And I love it. It's joyful. But every time you go through something new, there's always that little bit of heartbreak when you are choosing a different path for yourself. I definitely love this. Definitely planting that seed, being very clear about it. And I feel like it's a very healing and balanced out energy for you. I feel like it's also about timing. All right, the outcome is the Devil. Right, Capricorn energy. All right, tell me about this Devil and the outcome. All right, what do we have for the Devil and the outcome? We have the Tower and the King of Wands. On the bottom, I feel like whatever sudden shift like puts you in a, how is the word? It's like a good feeling. It's like whatever the shakeup is, whatever the sudden change or this tower, like it puts you in that King of Wands energy. Like, I know how to do this. I'm very driven. I'm getting it done. Like, I really like this shift in your energy. You're definitely allowing your intuition to break through to create the things that you want. And I feel like you're letting go of some things. I really like that, though. It's like, I've been on pause for so long. I want to create this. And then that tower shows up and says, all right, things are time to change. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to go get it done. I really like that. The devil being in your outcome, I don't feel like that's a super bad thing. It usually talks about negativity, toxicity, but I feel like this is really making a decision to get out of your head, or kind of looking at the negative aspects of things and deciding to move forward. And I feel like what you're moving forward to is like putting a mark in your own path. You know, you have the Six of Swords with the Six of Wands. And I love that. It's going on your own journey, you know, getting past all that chaos and upheaval and seeing your victories lie ahead. So I definitely love that. And I feel like that's what that tower is, that sudden change into being incredibly driven and just getting it done. It's like I can picture him slamming his staff down and being like, all right, we're doing this type of energy. I really like it for you. And that Devil card doesn't even really bother me. That being kind of stuck in our head and then making a decision to push forward and embrace our victories. All right, let's talk about this Hangman. All right, let's talk about this Hangman. What advice do we have for the Hangman? I don't know what the bottom card is, but the top one is it's safe to want more. Okay, that's going to go there. Say yes to you. It's okay to want more and say yes to you. I feel like that's that hitting that pause button. It's the, I'm done introspecting. It's okay that I want more to my life. It's okay that I want to say yes to me. All right. With this Ace of Pentacles, you are not too much. I love that. And I love that it's on a waterfall. Allowing that to flow. And knowing that you're not too much. What the things that you want in your life, that's not too much to ask. You know, it's definitely going to have to put some work into it, but that's okay. And then for this devil, the risk is worth the reward. And that might be what that devil energy is this risk worth the reward? And, you know, maybe universe is telling you, yes, it's worth the reward. You know, there's this cool little astronaut and a blood moon behind it. And I feel like it's bringing you in some good luck. It might bring some issues to the surface, but I think it's things you're willing to get past or work through. But yes, I love this for you guys. It's definitely a beautiful energy. All right, Leos, that's what I have for you. My beautiful Leos. All right. I'm going to reset these cards, and then we'll go on to Virgo. Right. Right. What do we have for Virgo? 109. I can't even see. No, 110. All right. What do we have going on for Virgos? For the new moon. All right. right, my beautiful Virgos. All right. What do we have going on for Virgos? What are we letting go? Apparently nothing. All right. What are we letting go for Virgos? The Moon, the Seven of Cups. The fear of choices and options. What are we planting? What are we planting? What is this seed? The Ten of Wands. What's the outcome? The Eight of Cups. Walking away. We got the Five of Cups and the Judgment. I feel like we've been in this energy of regret. Maybe we're regretting a decision. We're stuck and kind of looking back towards the past is that we're making a judgment call. You know, that's our judgment. We're being stuck in that energy. What kind of judgment call are we making? That I do not know. But you have the Eight of Swords under it and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like maybe it's being stuck in that internal mind, going back and forth with decisions. Maybe you're showing a little bit too much love to it, or maybe you're just being a little closed off at the moment. But definitely, I feel like you're kind of stuck in this energy with that Judgment card, that Five of Cups. We have what's leaving you is the Seven of Cups and the Moon. I feel like it's kind of the ebb and flow of emotions and the fear of something. Maybe all the options around you kind of left you in this mode of, I can't see the light through the dark. I'm going to keep plowing through with the Ten of Cups, but I'm starting to get past that, and that's probably what that Five of Cups energy is that regret of a decision, but you've kind of made you've made some kind of judgment call when it comes to the Five of Cups energy. I don't quite know what that is yet, but we'll figure that out. All right, what's the Seven of Cups and the Moon? Ten of Cups and reverse. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. Sorry. I feel like this Knight of Wands and this Ten of Pentacles here is like you're moving away from having something solid. You're maybe moving away from a family situation or getting that Ten of Pentacles. Like maybe you're distracted or moving in a different direction with that Wands. You know, I feel like with this Nine of Cups and the Queen of Swords, it's like I stated what I wanted and I feel like it's just being overdone type of energy. And I'm kind of just stuck in my head because everything's kind of unbalanced at the moment. I take that for whatever it's worth. And I say that because the Knight of Wands is not facing that Ten of Pentacles. But that Queen of Swords is definitely facing that Nine of Cups. And you have the Eight of Swords under that. So that's telling me that like I'm moving away from this family. I wouldn't even say family. I would say maybe the stability of home offers. So we got the Seven of Cups and the Moon, the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like what you're releasing is the ideas or the emotions entangled with not quite knowing in which direction that you're headed, or allowing the unknown to put you in an unhappy spot, or kind of chaos and upheaval. But with the Queen of Pentacles being here, I feel like it's also like maybe an energy that you've stayed in too long, or that you've nurtured too long, and it's becoming some kind of burden. And maybe you're kind of moving out of that direction. I don't really know how to explain that any better, other than like going through the emotional upheaval, being incredibly fearful that you're not going to achieve your happiness due to constant upheaval battles that maybe you've put too much energy into. And maybe you're moving away from that direction. All right, tell me about the Ten of Wands. What do we have going on for the Ten of Wands? We got the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Strength. We have the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles on the bottom. Nine of Swords and the Magician. I feel like this is more about you moving in the direction that you want to manifest, what you want to create. You got the Eight of Swords and just kind of heading that direction. Whoever that's for, because I think there's like a couple different stories. The Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. I think this is you opening up, or even researching, or sparking ideas on how to work through some kind of situation. I don't know if it involves work or just there has to be some work put into it, if that makes sense. All right. What you're planning is this Ten of Wands. I feel like this is kind of like the harvest of it all. I don't feel like it's so much a burden as in it's the work that needs to be done. And we have Strength, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. And I feel like whatever this Ten of Wands energy for you, that work that you're putting in, the effort, the struggle, the burden, I don't really feel like it's so much a burden, is like you're finding... I feel like it's building some kind of inner strength and allowing you to kind of plan out this Ace of Wands over here. Those ideas, those creative responses to something. And I really kind of like it. I feel like you've been nurturing this energy for so long that you're allowing yourself to get into a different energy, to really put the work in, to have some strength, to plan something. What that Ace of Wands is going to be different for everybody, but it's definitely some kind of spark. All right, the Eight of Cups. I feel like this reading's weird. The Eight of Cups in your outcome. One more, please. Thank you. The Lovers. feel like this is about you getting very creative in a direction that you want to move in. You know, but it's definitely about getting balanced and kind of what victories you decide to have with the Lover's card. This could be a victory in romance. This could be a new job. This could be really, it's a choice. It's a decision and which direction that you want to move into. And I feel like it feels more balanced for you. It definitely gets you out of that Five of Cups energy. You know, it allows you to open creative ideas. It allows you to push yourself forward type of energy. So definitely letting go of nurturing emotions that kept you in the dark, that kept you kind of fearful. You're definitely pushing through something, allowing your inner strength to kind of guide you where you want to go. And I feel like that opens new doors to creative aspects. It opens new doors to being more passionate, you know, and this could be more passionate about life, but it definitely puts you in a direction of where you want to go, how you want to build, tending to balance things out and allowing some victories in your life, but it's all a decision on where you want to go. So I like the outcome. All right. Ooh, it says make noise. All right, what do we got for this Ten of Wands energy? You make the magic. All right, so you're probably going to hear my house shake. We're in the middle of a thunderstorm right now. Is what it is. All right, well, tell me about this Eight of Cups. Permission granted. Whatever you needed to hear, your permission is granted. I feel like with this, it's making noise. It's about speaking into the world what you want. Being able to allow yourself to be heard and seen. With that Ten of Wands, as you are making your magic, I wish there was like a better view. I don't know if you can see that or not. But allowing yourself to make your own magic. It's that being strong, being strategic about how you plan things out. And that Ace of Wands is definitely that magic you want to create within yourself. And for that Eight of Cups, it's safe to want more. I feel like you walking in your own direction is allowing you and opening those doors to want more out of your life. You know, what is it you want? And being okay with being able to bring that in. All right, Virgos, that's what I have for you. Thank you guys and have a great day.